Welcome to the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver, brought to you by Arlo Revolution. Each week, Aaron connects melodies and memories with fans and artists from all genres of life. When all else in life is gone, only music will be left to leave the legacy of life's adventures. Please welcome your host for the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast, Aaron Shriver.
Welcome to this show, guys. Are you ready to have some fun? I wish I was drinking again. This would be a really good night to start drinking again. But welcome, guys. We are in for a great night. If you don't know, you saw the teaser. I'm going to show it again here, a little bit of our after show. So another great night of everything. So welcome to the show. Oh man, I'm just excited. Who's having cabin fever yet? I mean, you guys like going crazy, or I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy over here I'm working a little bit though, so we'll see. We see Patty coming in. So, all right, guys, I want to go ahead and start the show off and thank once again to our presenter, Arlo Revolution. Once again, he is coming in. He's doing wedding videos, music videos, promos, all the good stuff. So check them out online, arlorevolution.com, and just go check him out. Because like I said, he travels, he does a lot of stuff. He's local to Chicago. He does a lot of local band videos and realty videos. It's really cool stuff he does. And also to Joelle on the Higher Wire. We're going to talk about her in a few seconds. And Janet Stolth Creative. So we appreciate everybody. Go check out our Patreon. I know I talk about it every week, and we just have fun stuff. We're going to have something fun coming up. I'll share with you in a second. But go check it out. We have a couple on-screen sponsors left if you want to get in on that. And it's just a good time. I mean, it helps out definitely the show and helps us grow and have really cool guests like we're having next week on. So we'll talk about that one a little later too, because I think that's going to come up a few times in the show tonight. So, Patty, you're still working too? Yep, I'm still working. So nothing's really changed here too much for us. So still going crazy, still working. But hey, if you guys are watching tonight, go ahead, share this live stream, because I want as many people as we can watching this tonight, because we're gonna have fun. We're gonna share some cool stories. We're just gonna go around and have a good time. All right, so a few things that I want to talk about. For one, we talked about Joelle for a quick second. I want to bring this up. She's doing a really cool fundraiser. If you guys head on over to her Art on a Higher Wire page and check this out. She is doing a cool fundraiser for Music Cares. It's a Grammy and an industry charity, and it helps musicians, like medical bills, all this other stuff in times where they really can't find work, in times like now where I have an empty stage behind me. A lot of stages all across America, all across the world are empty right now. And a charity like Music Cares helps give back to these musicians. And with what Joelle's doing over on her Art on a Higher Wire page is just completely amazing. Go check it out on her Facebook. I'll share the link later on. I'll put it in all the show notes if you're listening to this later on the streaming sites. And check it out. It's something really cool that she's doing. She's giving away one of her paintings. I think it was 11 by 16. If she's watching tonight, correct me if I'm wrong if you're in the chat. But she's going to raffle off one of her paintings. And actually, it's 16 by 16. Sorry. I have it right in front of me. If I just read, right? I mean, I never read. But so she's going to raffle off a signed and numbered 16 by 16 print of her painting she did called "I Did What I Did." It's a photo that one of our past guests, Taylor Hendricks, captured. And hey, Trisha, hey, it's going good. Hey, it's a Tuesday night, right? I love Tuesday nights. Yeah, Joelle is amazing, Carrie. She has a big heart, beautiful heart, and I love what she's doing and giving away this amazing print. I need to still get one. This is amazing stuff. So go over there, check out her page, Art on a Higher Wire, and whatever you can do to help out is amazing what they're doing. So all right, let's go and see. I got a list of stuff we got to run through before I get our main guest on. I'm getting excited though to bring him on. So last Friday night we did our Friday night pop-up. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it's already got like over 6,000 views, I think, on Facebook. Go check it out. Singleton rocked it. He's coming back next Tuesday night and being a guest on the show, so I cannot wait for that. We'll talk about that at the end of the show. But Chris Harris, I think, almost stole the show. I mean, that guy he can't write a bad song. He's an up-and-comer. If you are out there, go see Ashley McBride when she's back on the road. and you'll get a little Chris Harris action. So, and then my boy Skylar Anderson, he'll be on the show later on this year. He was just another one. Just Nashville, when Nashville opens back up, hit up Broadway, check out Skylar Anderson. You can't go, I mean, daytime, nighttime, whatever. He's somewhere playing any time of the day. This guy is all over the place playing. So go check him out. But thanks again for tuning in. We're thinking about doing it again April 17th. So I'm going to look for a couple songwriters. If you're out there, you're listening, and you're a songwriter, you want to get in on it, go ahead and contact me. But I think I might want to go ahead and try to do one more of these because I had a lot of fun doing the first one. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I know I got a lot of good feedback on it. I was pretty excited for it. But yeah, let's see what else do I got. Oh, the good stuff. So we were talking about it's going on and everybody's staying at home, but Eric just debuted that new song the other night. I don't know if it'll be on the album, but I really hope it will one of these days. But I hope everybody is listening to what you got to do. And it's crazy world right now. I'm working in it and I'm seeing it every single day. And I see hundreds of people a day, and just seeing how everybody's being precautious and kind of coming together at the same time. I really think we're going to come out of this whole thing as better people. At least I hope we will. But I really like what the direction Eric went with this. I haven't really listened to the whole song yet, bits and pieces of it. I got a thing when I listen to new Eric Church music. So there's a couple things that kind of like to have my cards in a row before I listen to new church music. But I'm going to listen to the whole thing soon. But definitely, I can't wait till we all get together again. And especially tonight, our show is going to be talking about like a cool bond that was formed years ago. And you're going to see kind of when Eric talks about connecting melodies with memories, and we're going to do that tonight and on a lot of different scales. So it was pretty cool to kind of hear the message he delivered on Sunday night. And I was pretty excited about that. But yeah, all right, we got all that. You guys want the fun stuff. So we have our Patreon every month. We have a giveaway. And tonight we're going to give away our March prize. So let me go ahead and get all this loaded up. And then we're going to go to the main event tonight. So I'm getting excited for that. Like, enough of this guy talking. Just get it on. We'll throw that on there tonight. So tonight on our Patreon, on our after show, we are going to have 2 of our season 1 guests returning with us. And I'm really excited for it. But Carla Rollins and Miss Sweet Caroline will be joining us tonight on the after show. We're just going to just sit around bullshit, really. I mean, just for half an hour or so. I mean, there's no game plan for this after show. It's just all 5 of us are going to get together and just kind of just roast one another out of old time memories, probably. And I'm probably going to be the one getting roasted the most because I have a lot of old time memories that I don't remember. All right, we're going to go ahead and share that Patreon link. But yeah, if you guys go ahead, we take about 15, 20-minute break after the show before I kick off the after show. So if you guys want to go ahead and get in on the after show, make sure you click this link. And it starts at the $5 minimum for this private sponsor and goes up. And you can get in on the after show, watch it, and hang out with us. It's going to be a good time tonight. Like I said, if I was ever drinking again, tonight would be a good night to do it. But I'm 98 days in, so I can't. I got to break my 100 days in. So got to go. Let me get this bucket real quick. All right. So last month, oh, these names are small. I thought I printed them bigger. We got the new church choir package. And it's a good night to give it away. So we got a sticker. Got the shirt. And then also you're going to get a copy of Jeremy Spillman's new book, which he'll be on later on in April, and a $25 Chief merch gift card. So some really cool shit. And yes, I did say shit, so I don't care. What's up, Brandon? All right, let's go ahead and that name. So it was on a private or previous winner. Leslie Hembry, it looks like. Leslie Hembry. I don't know if you could see it because it's really small. Normally it's bigger letters. I'm going to put your name right there, and I'm going to go ahead and get your address. If you're hearing this or listening to this or catch it, message me your address and save me some time. But I will reach out to you this Thursday and get it. All right. Enough with all that stuff. Who's ready to have some fun? Oh, Patty, don't worry. We'll get you. We'll figure out. We'll get you on an after show sometime. I promise. I just saw your comment that you're going to miss the after show. You'll be good. We'll get you in on it. All right. Let me get all this stuff cleared out. All right. Let's have some fun. When you made me what's up, guys? get all this stuff out here. How are you guys doing?
We're
doing great.
Doing good.
So how's life in Florida?
Well, we moved to Georgia.
Oh, you're in Georgia now. Look at this.
Yeah,
When did you go to
Georgia
Georgia?
Mountains.
Yep.
So
Where is
yeah,
that?
so,
We're in corona-free virus territory up here in the woods.
That's always a good place to hide. I was just looking at our numbers. Our town has less than 5 people, so I'm like, that's good.
yeah, our town has like 8.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Is this wild? I mean, have you guys ever witnessed anything like this at all?
Never.
Mm-mm.
No, we're and you know what, Aaron, we're trying to lock it down. We're trying to just follow the rules and just chill. It's gonna, we're gonna come out the other side, but not if we're all bumping around in the neighborhoods and doing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, people have to know. Like, I saw it today. Today was like the first nice day we have had in months. Like, honestly, months.
Yeah.
It was like I don't know if you know Illinois weather, but we have like 4 seasons in one day. But today was like hit 80 degrees. It was like really nice for once. And like everybody was out. Like, we drive by a forest preserve, there's cars everywhere, and people are walking. It's like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, I could see like, well, they close all the forest preserves. Well, at least I thought they did, but everybody's out, and I don't know. Kids are at the park playing with one another. It's like, y'all get in the house, stay in the house.
Yeah.
I want to have a good summer this year. I actually want to go out and do something this summer.
Yeah.
So, but I want to go to a concert again.
We're
so bad.
Deb's a huge baseball fan, and we're usually sitting here watching the Devil Rays every night. It's like Tampa Bay Rays. It's and I guess the thing about it that I think amazes me the most is that all the shit that we thought we needed to have to exist, we're doing pretty good without it.
Without it, yeah.
Yep.
We're surviving. We're surviving without it.
You get a couple bottles of Jack, some toilet paper, you're good to go. You gotta have the toilet paper always, right?
Yes.
Hey, we actually, down here, or up here, it was no different than anywhere else. And looking for it, and I said to Deb, I'm going to start looking on Amazon, and I got 36 rolls of quality TP off Amazon.
It's funny. At my old job, I'm not going to say where, but a lot of people that used to follow me probably know where it was. But I worked maintenance at this place, and what was cool is whenever we had to change out like toilet paper or anything, they wanted it to change out if it was like half a roll or less. Like, they always wanted like 3/4 or more of a roll. It's just the way this company I work for really anal about everything. Like, it was the weirdest thing. Like, if you go in and it's like less than 3/4, change it. So what the maintenance guys would do, we'd always put the rolls that were 3/4 in garbage bags, and we'd take it home. Like every other week, a different maintenance guy would take it home. So I had garbage bags of unused toilet paper. So we're going through that still.
But you had to reconfigure your toilet paper holder to handle those industrial size rolls.
No, they're normal size because they're for like theater bathrooms. So they weren't really that big. They're just a little normal size toilet paper. So I was like, all right, I could go with this.
That's funny.
But it was awesome. Oh, look at Janet's watching. She's saying hi, and Sweet Caroline's watching. She'll be on a little later with us. We're gonna have some fun with that.
Hey, sweet.
Chris Johnson say Earth is closed. Earth needs to be closed. I think they need to shut down. So it was really cool. We got a video today at work. They surprised us. They gave us Easter Sunday off. So we all have this Sunday off work.
Oh, good.
And I heard Lowe's did it too. So I would really love to see like these major buildings or these major like stores that are still open, just shut down and say one day, let's all stay home with our family, Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
So, but enough about all that. Let's jump into the fun stuff.
Okay.
So why we're together and why we came about and where we stumbled across. I think we first met at, what was it, the Tree Choir?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking, because it was the same time I met Sweet Caroline too.
Yeah.
They had the original shirt on there from the.
I see that. Like,
Tree Choir.
Yeah.
I think I might have the original logo. I was kind of digging through some photos and stuff, and I was just finding some fun stuff. Yeah, there we go. It's a little blurry, but
That's the back of the shirt.
oh, that's about you have the gray shirt on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Oh, yep. There you go. Man, that shirt's what? 13 years old? 14 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2007, right?
I don't like to take mine out, Aaron, because it's paper thin.
Dude, I packed a lot of my old church stuff away. Like, I literally just put it all away in garbage bags and hung up on a shelf.
Yeah.
So, but just because, like, well, for one, I didn't fit them for the longest time. I probably still don't, because when I first started following church, I was like, what, 140 or something like that. I think we were all small. Like, there's a picture. I don't have a picture of me on from the tree choir, but man, I was a lot smaller than that. There's an arrow.
Hey, how many people do you think went and bought out to buy that hat after Eric wore it to the?
That's why I was gonna bring that up. That's how.
No, I did.
Everybody did. We're looking for a hat that's torn.
Or no, you buy the hat and then you cut the thing out.
Yeah, you cut the thing out. That's right.
Well, that's why. Yeah, we all, like, when Eric started wearing it. So he debuted his hat. Wasn't it the Guys Like Me video? Or no? I think it was the Guys Like Me music video where the first time he wore this hat.
But you know what? That video too was the one he gave us in the tree choir.
In the tree choir package,
and nobody else got it. It was a DVD.
Oh, it was a DVD.
It was a DVD. Yeah,
we still have it.
We throw it in all the time, and we're going, nobody else has this. Look at us.
I was trying, if I had enough time, I was trying to pull the copy of Sinners I have. And kind of, there's parts where you and I are in Sinners with our tattoos, and Deb, you're in it.
Yeah.
I was going to try to pull that and play some of that tonight. But after my little incident last week with Sony Music and me playing my little Joe Diffie video, I'm like, yeah, no, we'll play it cool for a little longer. I don't need to be shut down again.
Yeah. Well, I was going to send you that Jonathan Singleton link when he was talking about his relationship with Eric and how Catherine had gotten him his record deal.
Yeah.
And I thought, it was just taking too long to spool up, and I didn't want to kind of screw up the program. So, but that's some funny shit.
Yeah. I'm hoping next week I'm going to try to get into more. I know he talked about it a little bit last week on our Friday night pop-up I did, because we had a guy interviewing at the same time. Okay. And he talked a little bit about how him and Catherine, and that it was cool because that's kind of like where I fell into the mix of all of this. And that's where I lived right outside Jackson, Tennessee. And I remember, I think Catherine still lived in Adams. I think it's Adams, Tennessee, where she was, or Summer, or outside Summer, Tennessee. And Quentin went to school with Catherine. Yeah. And Q, that I was hanging around with, went to school with Catherine, or Catherine's brother, I think it was. So he knew Catherine's brother real well. And it was just wild how it all came together. And that's how I ended up meeting Singleton, was around then. It was before Singleton was ever a songwriter. He just played, I think it was like 2007. He played just by himself on a stool in a Mississippi show with Eric. So, but so Tree Choir, man, what brought you guys to the Tree Choir? What was the first song you guys heard? What led you? Was that your first time seeing Eric, or did you guys see some live shows before that? Or
no, it was the I think it was like September of the year before, 2006.
85.
See, what was it? It was 8506. We saw Brad Paisley at the Ford Amphitheater in Tampa.
Okay.
And Eric opened for him. And so we never heard of Eric.
Yeah.
Nothing. And so when he comes on, he goes, "Hi, my name's Eric Church." And I mean, just so
demure. It was like he was 5 years old. You're going, dude, lighten up. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna tear it up. And he sang two. I think he sang two pink lines.
Two pink lines.
Yeah, Guys Like Me.
How about you?
And we were like, who is this guy?
We looked at each other, Aaron. After that, he did the opening. We looked at him. We said, "Who is that guy?"
We're like,
and so ever since then, I was looking for shows. After he was touring on his own, and followed his website and everything like that. When we saw the Tree Choir, we were all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Did we have to apply for that, or how did we get in?
Yeah, you had to send in.
Yeah. There was.
That's how I thought. You got picked. It was supposed to be random. I think we all got picked, but
yeah. At that time, I think we all got picked.
Well, it's like Eric used to say about it when he was at the CMA Fest the first time he had his own booth. He said his mother just kept going through, so he'd have somebody showing up.
That's funny. Yeah, because that was probably like
that thing was well. That was well. I mean, I think there was like 30 or 40 people that got invited.
Yeah,
but it was a right sized crowd because
there was a decent amount of us there. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was a good amount.
Was there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, huh? I mean, there's a picture there of Stormy Warren. I mean, interviewing Eric, but like Tony, I know Tony and Janet were there. Sweet Caroline was there, so there was a good group of just of his earliest fans there. Steve was there.
Yeah.
So And that's where I think a lot of us really first met, because that was the first real gathering of his fan club.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was.
I think we just got named church choir a little bit before that. It wasn't long before that. We kind of adapted the name. So who came up with the name? I was just talking about that the other day.
Man,
I think Susan messaged me and we were talking about it. And I always thought it was Melanie. It was Melanie or one of them that came up with the church choir name, but I forgot who it was. Not either Melanie or
I don't know
Megan.
either, but it's pretty intuitive.
We're going to dig into that one day. So maybe somebody in the chat remembers, but we're going to dig into that, because I remember we were talking on the board and they were just asking, like, what should we name the fan club? And somebody said it right there, and they're like church choir, and everybody just rolled with it.
Yeah.
So I always try to remember who it was, but I remember it came from the boards, and that's where it kind of formed from.
Aaron, how many people were in that first initial bunch? I mean, was it 25? Because I remember we had.
Yeah, there wasn't many. Caroline had the list at one time, and there was the first 15 or 20 that came up.
Yeah.
Remember
So
we had
that came up with it. It could have been her. Yeah.
We had 2 reunions, and those weren't real crowded either. But
I got some photos of those. Let's find those and say how many people were there. So there really wasn't many of us that really kind of started this whole grassroots campaign back in the day.
That first one in Morganton, North Carolina.
Well, is that the one? That's the one where they came and filmed Sinners, right? The Sinners video. I mean, Greg's in that video a lot.
Yeah. That was in Morganton. Then the other one was held in North Carolina.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think I got the other one somewhere, but
that's it right there. That's the first. That's the first one.
That's the first reunion. There was another one in Morganton later where we did the video.
That's right.
But this was our
this was the one. Okay, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think I got the other one too somewhere. I'm going through some photos and look.
Most of the original group. That was most of the original group. Right.
Look at that. Looks like 20 of us.
There's probably the other one. This one's a little further away to see, but
yeah,
I think that was the one from the video there.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, so Patty's saying that she asked Eric what she wanted Eric to name his fan, and that's how it came about. I thought it was something like that came around. And I remember, like, we were no namers for the longest time. We were just Eric Church's fan club. So after the Tree Choir, where did you guys? I mean, you guys were living in Florida. Where did you guys see them after that? I mean, you were going to some of the earliest shows, right?
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Like in 2007, we saw them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times. 14 times in 2007. But mostly all places, a lot of places in Florida, but some Atlanta, Country on Beale. Memphis, we had that. We went
the show we shall never speak of again.
Exactly. That got a little tipsy at the end there, didn't it?
Oh man, real tipsy. There's some stories that I've shared to some people.
Dashboard in there somewhere?
No, that was
Jackson.
Was that Jackson?
That was Jackson. I think.
Jackson, where he signed your.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he started signing my I can't talk. Was in Jackson. Memphis was. I think I got one of our Memphis photos, but Memphis that was my birthday night. I was having fun that night.
You know what's cool?
That was where I met. I think that's where we met Carla. Well, that's not where we met Carla. I met Carla before that at Walmart parking lot. But I think that might have been like Carla's second show.
Okay.
That I went to, but Greg, where's you? Greg didn't even make this picture here. That was a wild night. So Eric played for those you guys might not know, it was it 2007 when he played that? Yeah, it was June of 2007, June 28th, right? Because the next night he played Arkansas.
Yeah.
And I think because I went to the next night I went to Arkansas on my birthday to see him. But he actually played. What was that?
We had seen him just before that, and then we flew to that show, didn't we, Deb?
Yeah.
Because we were like, we're going to try to catch him both those nights because we knew everybody was going to be there.
Yeah. Oh, and that was a party. That one in Memphis. He played. It was called Kicks on Beale, and Luke Bryan opened up for him.
Yes.
So, I
was in that outdoor amphitheater.
Yeah. I mean, and Luke just hopped off. I remember Luke hopped off the stage after a sound check and just took pictures with all of us and hang out with all of
Yeah,
us
I
for
still
like
have
the
those
longest
too.
time. So yeah, Luke was the coolest guy. I think the only song that like he even had, I don't know if he had All My Friends yet, but I remember he was doing the one he wrote for Billy Currington, Good Directions, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I remember him playing that one that night. I don't know what else he played, but
Well, didn't you guys all go out after the show
We
with,
went.
with Eric, right?
What it
yeah,
was?
that's this picture
What's that
here.
bar called? Wild Coyote or
Coyote Ugly. We
Coyote?
all we all
So
went and took over Coyote Ugly after that, and
Yeah.
Aaron, I'm in California working,
uh-huh.
and I get a phone call
Oh, you were.
about
That's why you weren't in that picture. You
about
were
midnight my time, and
uh-huh.
it's and you guys all put Eric up to calling me on the phone, and he called me, and I'm like,
He goes.
there's no way.
He goes, Greg, this is Eric Church.
I was like, man, you guys are shit faced.
That was the night I had him call my parents. I had him call my parents to tell them about my tattoo.
That's funny.
I was like, hey, you call her. You call my mom. You tell her. I'm like, I ain't telling her. We're gonna be pretty pissed.
I think
So
one of
that
my
was
favorite
fun.
memories was on my birthday in 07. We were at Carl Perkins Civic Center, and as a matter of fact, Carla and I and Deb went out to eat before that.
Yeah.
Remember, that's when we first had the sign. That's when we unrolled the sign. I think was there.
Yeah, a long line of sinners like me.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was my birthday, and I always said to Deb, if you can get him to play "World Needs a Drink,"
Yep.
and he did. And
That was his first time. That was the first time he's played it.
Yeah, that's right. It was cool.
Like I think, well, the first time he played it to the choir, like full band and everything. That was the first time we ever got him to cover it.
Yeah.
Because that was that before the Chicago Tree Choir?
I don't know because we didn't get the Chicago one. I'm not sure.
No, we didn't do Chicago.
The Chicago Tree Choir is the one I recorded, the one that I got on YouTube. That's about ready to hit 1 million views, which is insane.
Really?
That's crazy.
That's a Whiskey Riff that blasts that thing like every week. So I got to thank Whiskey Riff for that one for sure. But yeah, it's getting up there. But I know he sang it there on the Tree Choir, but I think Carl Perkins was still before that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, probably.
Carl Perkins was
10/4/07.
October of 07.
Okay.
So.
But you know the other luxury we had, I don't know what it was, but Aaron, the way it worked out is that there was just this whole, he was just doing all these shows in Florida.
Yeah.
And it was like, we were like, man, we're like, where's the band going to be? We're taking them Cuban food, cigars. We were just like, this is great. You know,
they're loving you guys with the Cuban cigars. That's for sure.
So he was coming back to play back in town. And so we said, we're going to take a bunch of stuff to the band, a bunch of Cuban food and cigars. And then we went over to the hotel that we were going to stay at that night. And we walk in, and Eric's on the phone doing an interview. He goes,
in the lobby.
He looks at us, he goes, what are you guys, stalking me?
I'm sure you got that a lot.
Yeah. So he gets off the phone after he's done. He goes, I got to do another interview. He goes, why don't you guys just come in here? And there was just like this little space, where this gal was interviewing
like a little room
about the show for the night. And he goes, no, just stay here with us, But that's the way the guy is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy.
We were like a similar story like that was God, what was the thing they used to do? It was on the Memory Room or whatever, the Capitol Pub Crawl. That's what it was. It was the first year they did it. And Eric played at, God, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. One of the bars right there, not in Printer's Alley, but up there by Music Row. And
Fiddle and Steel?
No, it wasn't Fiddle and Steel. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know it right when I heard it. Oh, man, I can't even think of it now, but it's one Tin Roof. That's what I was trying to think. I'm like, it's on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, he played the Tin Roof, and Lady Antebellum opened up.
Tin Roof, yeah.
Oh, Tin Roof, okay. Yeah.
And then that night, it was it was Dierks Bentley, but all these people started showing up, like Mark Colley, Troy Gentry, Dierks Bentley, Lady Antebellum was there, like all these people. And they invited Eric to sing up there to sing like Family Tradition or something. They're all going to close with it. And I was actually hanging outside with Eric, and like Jake Owen walked up, like Jake Owen just started talking. This is when Jake Owen first came up, And
Yeah.
Q was right there with me, and he looked at us. He goes, "You just want to come with us or me or whatever?" Because there's a shit ton of people. And I'm like, "Man, dude, that sucks that you're gonna go up there." I'm like, "We're not ever gonna get even close to that stage." He goes, "Yeah, you will. Come on, come with me." So like, we sit in a circle, and like Eric's talking to like Troy Gentry and everything. I'm like, "This is fucking awesome!" Like Mark Holly's right there, and like I was a huge Mark Holly fan back in the day.
Yep.
So that was something similar to that. I was just like, this is like a once in a lifetime thing. We got to hear like 2 songs, and we just left with Eric again.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was a real fun night.
Well, how about the hottest show you ever went to? Had to be the Rutledge, right?
Oh
Rutledge.
no,
No, not the Rutledge. It was
Fiddle. Yeah,
really hot one at Fiddle and Steel, but the one that succeeded that was the
record store.
Record store.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
I forgot you guys. Did you guys go to that one right after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fan club party? Because I know. Was that the year Ed was playing and we went and saw Ed real quick and then we bounced over to Ernest Tubbs or?
It was that.
Well, yes, that was the thing, but we didn't go see Ed that night, but we did go straight to Ernest Tubb.
Right.
Okay.
And then it was like 130 degrees in there.
Oh, yeah. The Rutledge was pretty hot though too. There was a couple nights that he played in there. I swear to God, I lost 17 pounds.
He always looked for like I know the funniest joke that he had running was he was playing like the Sahara Desert in the summertime and like Canada in the wintertime. He still does that to this day. Like he kicks off his shows in January in Omaha. And it's like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like it's January in Lincoln, Nebraska. Of course it's gonna be cold and snowy. What the dude? Play Florida in January.
Well, you'll get a kick out of this. We went to see Dierks Bentley down in Estero, Florida. We got meet and greets with him, and Deb, being a Dierks Bentley fan, wears an Eric Church shirt. So we're talking to him, and
we got a meet and greet that night.
And we're talking to him, and he goes, "Oh man," he goes, "I love Eric Church." He goes, "That guy broke my either my Guitar Hero or my Wii in Canada when we were touring."
And he sent me a new one.
Yeah, I heard that story from somewhere that they were playing that game in Canada, like on the road, and he broke it, and Eric replaced it right away. I think it was Rich Cassidy or somebody that told me that. I was like, it's the funniest story though that they were just because that was back in the day they were always playing those damn video games.
Yeah, but just to hear it directly from Dierks, you're just kind of going, "Wow, that's cool."
Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah, especially when you hear other artists like tell stories like that about other artists. It's like kind of telling on them like he broke my shit. Well, they were on that. That was one of the first shows I think I saw because he was opening for Dierks. I think Miranda too. I don't know if Miranda was on the one we were in.
She wasn't on the one we were on, but
we saw.
This was early, but I don't know who was with them. But I saw him with Miranda much later. But yeah, that Dierks show or tour was just crazy because he only played cold weather pretty much.
Yeah, crazy.
But we got somebody from Dave, somebody from Granite Falls, North Carolina, class of '92. Welcome to the show, man. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We got someone, Cheryl. She's talking about the Tree Choir. I always wanted to go. 08 was my favorite EC year. Yeah, 08 was a good year. So that was the year I think I did 36 shows because Carla and I were bounced all around. I know you guys did a whole bunch.
Yeah. Aaron, that was the year of the varsity.
Yeah, that's the picture that we have up now, right?
The varsity. Corinne, me, you, Tiffany.
Tiff's showing her face back there.
That's a great photo.
So, yeah, these are just little get-togethers we used to have. Where's this one next with Eric? Was that the Country Music Hall of Fame show?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was
that was. No, it wasn't the show.
It wasn't the.
It was like the breakfast.
Cut. You know what that was? It was the thing that he did.
It was the breakfast or whatever, right?
Yeah. He was going to be on Fox and Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that was. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was. I'm like, I thought I remember seeing something about that, but I never made it to that one. But that was way back in the day.
Well, we were at the Tree Choir, and he goes, "Well, if y'all can just show up at the Country Music Hall of Fame at 6 a.m., we're doing a show." We got up, we got there. It was amazing.
But here's the deal. His parents were there. We got to meet his mom and dad.
Catherine was there.
And he brings a box of Dunkin' Donuts with him to give everybody donuts. We're like, dude, you don't have to do that. We're good.
Tip's asking if that was an Estero that you saw Dirks. You said that was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, I think that was one of her first shows too.
Tiffany and RJ had a meet and greet there too. That
Yeah.
same night.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I thought they were at that show too back in the day. So if you guys have not heard or seen in the chat, it looks like Chris Johnson just posted John Prine. We might have just lost him. Yeah, he says rest in peace, John Prine. So I know he was in the ICU for the longest time with the virus. I don't want to say the C word because a lot of podcasts are deleting. I don't know why if you say that word.
Don't
but
say it. We know what you mean.
Yeah, he was in the hospital for a while with that C word, and so I really hope the rest in peace, man. But I thought he was doing good because they said he was in stable condition, is what I heard.
That's what I heard too, Aaron.
So another songwriter, another amazing songwriter. Yep. So I mean, it's crazy. I mean, because now we lost John Prine. And John Prine has won 2 fights with cancer, and now this comes, and it just sucks what's going on. I really hope people are kind of noticing it and staying the hell home.
And Joe Diffie.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. That was huge. So, where was this picture? I know this is one of Julie's pictures. Was this when we were in Atlanta?
Yeah.
That
was in Atlanta.
Okay.
That was at Wild Bull.
That was at
Wild Bull. I know
Strawberry
and I were talking about that because he did a lot of shows back then. But that was one of my favorite venues back then.
Yeah,
other than in Starkville, Mississippi was one of my favorites. But did you guys have any like favorite like back in the day clubs or bars or anything where you guys got to see Eric?
I mean, for us, like the Dallas Bull was in Tampa, and it was easy for us to get to. And Eric always did a great show there. And I mean, we went to a show up in northern Florida, and we met Ed Smoke's brother and his kids and his wife.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the next time that Eric did the Dallas Bull, his brother came to the show, walked up to us, and just like,
he just
introduced himself again. The nicest guy you've ever met in your life.
Yeah.
And then then to find out what happened.
Shortly after that was tragic. Yeah, but
it was. Are they still doing the run every year, the 5K? They still do that? I haven't really heard much about it the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But, it is true. If you guys haven't seen, New York Times is now announcing it, but John Prine did pass. So, it is definitely very sad, and man, everything's kind of coming down all this time right now with this thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, did you guys have a favorite? Anything that he wrote? Any favorites by him at all? There's so many. I don't know if I could pick one.
Yeah, I gotta say,
we're back to the Sinners Like Me on favorites.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm talking about like any John Prine favorites at all. Anything from him? He was local to Chicago, so I think that was kind of huge, but for me over here. But I don't know if I could ever pick any of his favorites. But for Eric, you guys are talking about the Sinners album. I mean, have you ever heard any album by his that you could compare, or is there a way that you can compare Eric's albums at all?
That's an interesting question, Aaron, because every time, and I think this goes a little bit, and I'm speculating here, it goes to a little bit about the way you listen to an album.
Yep.
I don't listen to it all at one time. I got to take it a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
And I got to ask myself, what's different, what's similar, and every album doesn't have anything that's the same as any other album that he's ever written.
Mm-hmm.
They're just all completely different. And I mean, it's like I'll listen to Talladega 20 times.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. It's just there's too many. Like 61 Days in Church when that came out.
Mm-hmm.
We just mowed through.
We burned that out.
We just put that on and listened over and over again. It's so good.
Yeah. It was because it really did capture that tour, and like I really wish he would did something with Double Down. Like I was hoping we'd get video or something because he had a lot of footage from that tour, but it would have been cool to get something. I mean, I knew Anthony had a lot of footage too. Like Anthony could put together something like a cool 90-minute video.
Yeah.
Right.
But, hey, let me ask you, whatever happened with this picture right here? Let me pick that up. This picture was from Cut by
Cut by Cut.
Remember that? That
Yep, I was gonna. That's actually one of my next pictures. I was just gonna put up.
Oh, okay.
I love that.
Whatever happened to that? Because I thought they were supposed to be some kind of video.
Were they filming it with that guy or
put something together? Or?
I think that was just a private. Like I thought it was supposed to like a radio thing or whatever. Like it was kind of documented radio thing, but I'm wondering if there was a lot of college kids. Remember that?
Yeah,
all
they
those college
were
kids
studying.
Yeah.
And it was the William Morris agency at the time. And I think it was just kind of a demonstration, like a presentation for them. And we were just lucky to be like, they probably just said, hey, let 30 of your fans come too. And like, or not even 30, like 15 of us, if that.
Yeah.
And I think
we all had the front row seats though.
Yeah. They gave us the first couple of rows for us, and then everybody else got the fill in after that.
But I thought that was very, very cool. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was where we got to see the Sinners video for the first time, which was really neat.
Yeah.
So, that was pretty cool. And then the songs, and it was cool because they said no cameras, no nothing, and there's no way you could get that now these days. I mean, everywhere you go, I mean, you have a cell phone or whatever now, and concerts are now. I mean, it's cell phones left and right.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, I mean, that's the way. I don't know. It's crazy how everybody views a concert through cell phones these days. But then you think about it, we all just viewed through cameras back in the day too.
Yeah. So, you always had a camera.
Oh my God, I have a camera. I'm going to turn it for my dad. So throw this photo up real quick.
That picture that you just had on there with me and Eric on the bus.
Yeah.
So what happened with that was I have 3 very best friends, and one of them lived in Richmond. And so we had a reunion of us girlfriends, and he was playing in Richmond that night.
Yeah.
And that was when, you remember this as well as I do, Aaron, when he had broken his shin or something because he was
marching
because of the stomp.
Marching.
And so I got a meet and greet in that show in Richmond. And I told my friends, I said, you ain't getting none of this meet and greet. It was on the bus. So I got to go on the bus for the meet and greet. And it was so cool.
That's a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was always fun whenever you got to go up there and just hang out because it was kind of a different world. And that's where we really got to see who Eric was, I think, was those old school meet and greets where we got to spend a little bit more time with him or hang out with him afterwards. Yeah. And I think that's kind of how we really got to kind of connect with the guy. Because we had access to him. I mean, we always, after every show, would stand at a merch table or he'd go up on his bus and we'd be able to hang out with him.
I'll give you an example. Dallas Bull. It was his birthday, and Deb's a North Carolina grad. He's a big North Carolina basketball fan.
Yeah.
So she brings this set of stuff she wants to give him. It's all shirts and North Carolina
shirts and Carolina hats. And
so I told her, I said, just get in line. And you had seen him before the show, and he said, just see me afterwards.
Just get in the back of the line.
Get in the back of the line. And so she gets in the back of the line, and she's the last one there, and he says, where's Greg? And I was sitting over at the bar drinking, and he came over, and he sat down between us. The dude opened up every gift, looked at everything, made a I mean, it's just who the guy is.
Yep.
It's crazy. I mean, it's just...
And funny, it's like Todd was back there, like
guarding him. While he was sitting with us, it was crazy. But I'll tell you what, I think that's the thing that people need to know about him is that he's not a superstar. He's a regular guy that's just fucking really good at what he does.
Exactly. And he doesn't really care about anything else. I mean, we've had the conversation on the show a couple of times about how people were like, well, why doesn't he get this award or why doesn't he this on radio? Because he still gives radio the middle finger because they did it to him.
Yeah. Yep.
And he doesn't really care when he's off stage. I mean, he cares about his fans. If he's off stage, he's off stage. He wants to go home to his family. He deserves it. That guy works his ass off.
Oh, yeah.
He was out there playing 7 hours, 70-some songs over 2 nights. I mean, give this guy 5 days off a week. He deserves it. And, I mean, would it be cool to do a radio interview here or there? Okay, but it's just Eric's never been like that.
No.
He's been very quiet and very secretive and very to himself. And that's who church is, and we know that.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I think, I mean, he refers to it all the time, but, I think that the way, and I'll use the word nurture, the way he nurtured his fans when he was nobody
coming up,
he always took that as a big priority. So I mean, we think about it now, and Greg and I go back and we say it's amazing what access we had to Eric when we could, and we know we're not going to have that access anymore, but we know that it built up, and we still have the same love for him as we did from day one. And
but he was the guy though, Aaron, that would, I don't care how long the line is.
Yeah.
He stayed till everyone.
I'm staying. He's doing it.
Yeah, he'd be there hanging out, and he doesn't care. He'd be there till everybody went through, and even if some people snuck in and went through twice, which a lot of us always did, he'd hang out even more. So
I'd go through and get back in the back.
But look at these three dorks here. Okay,
yeah, right.
Let's get some ink.
So those were the very first three ever Eric Church.
Yeah,
they were
because before Q had like I even made a thing on there. Before Q had his sinner's tattoo, he only had the autograph. You and I were the only ones with the sinner's tattoo for a while. And then Q and then Murphy. And I think Charles got one too. So I think there's like 5 of us now that have that kind of like that design, the sinner's design.
Yeah.
But you got the coolest one.
Yeah.
No, I think yours is. I like yours with the bottom, dude. I love how yours is.
Well, I like yours with the glasses, and you can see him. I mean,
you're talking about the one. The one up top here. Yeah, that really one. Cool. If I ever put some pythons on this thing, no, it's gonna stretch out. But no, I just gotta stay skinny all the time now. But yeah, it was crazy. Like this kind of, it was cool now. Like I know Donna just got the tattoo page up and running on Facebook, but it's cool like to see how many church tattoos are out there.
Yeah,
kind of like where it grew from, because this right here, these 3 are the 3 original Eric Church
first.
So the first 3, you and I had the first 2 sinner's tattoos, and you and I had the first 2 autograph tattoos, and it just kind of grew from there. And it was awesome to see it grow and be a part of this. And so one of my questions I wrote down is, when was your moment when you just kind of stepped back and was like, damn, he did it. He's at the top, or he exceeded my expectations. Like, what was the moment you guys had that where you knew? Like, was it a certain album? Was it a certain show? Like, when was the time when your turning point, when you just knew that he reached his next level?
What do you think? I mean,
I don't know.
For me, I'd have to say there was kind of like some intervals, Aaron.
Yeah.
Because he did Sinners, and then he comes out with the next 2 albums, and then he and then the thing I think that really said to me that he was really the guy was when he released Mr. Misunderstood.
Okay.
Because it was like he said, "Fuck the recording companies. I'm just going to fucking do it on my own.
Yeah.
I'm going to send it to your house." Right?
Well, I
thought that was cool as hell.
Well,
I was like, wow, this guy doesn't. He doesn't need any of this stuff to make this happen. He can just.
And I still remember we have our little private group chat on Facebook and stuff with all of us. I forgot who. I think it was like Kim or somebody. It might have been somebody closer to Nashville or posted, and they didn't even know what it was. Like they opened up like, what is this? I just got this random vinyl by Eric Church on my doorstep.
Yeah.
What was so wild was the night before he was on the CMA thing. Never said boo, and then boom, this thing hits.
Yep.
So, but I think he was.
But
I
think he made it a long time, way long before that.
Yeah.
I mean, when
Sinners right now, which I'm not holding anything against him. Like I would not be surprised if like one day we wake up and like, oh hey, in a week we have a new Eric Church album. So especially now knowing that he's already wrote it and everything else, so he's in the next process now. I mean, he's probably already pressing it, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got something sooner than later, especially with everybody still at home.
Hey, let me flip that question back to you, because you have so much insight. You know, you've been closer to Eric than most people.
Anybody.
When was it that you said this thing is now this thing's got legs now? It's going to
It was
go.
intervals. It was intervals for me too.
Okay.
Blood, Sweat, and Beers tour was huge because that was like this arena tour. So sitting back and watching that was definitely a big turning point. Even like I don't think Springsteen for me wasn't a big turning point. Like when it hit number one or when he got his first number one. Now winning album of the year to me was a stepping stone in his career because I knew how bad that was one of the awards that he wanted. Because I mean, you guys always heard Eric would say, I don't do singles. I make albums.
I make records.
I make albums.
Yeah. And that was always what he'd focus on the album, the concept of the album and how the songs flowed together. And if he had 2 singles off there, he'd be happy. Like, hell, I got 2 singles. Great. And so when he won album of the year, I felt that was a stepping stone. But Nissan Stadium on the Double Down tour, that was one of his biggest stepping stones. Just be able to see that he was able to walk into this stadium and own it. That was probably like my holy shit. Okay, he did it. Like he's here.
Remember, that's what Jonathan Singleton said. He goes, I'm following this motherfucker around in my van. I got 4 singles on the radio. And the son of a bitch sells out Nissan Stadium.
It's true.
Aaron, I'm gonna send you that video if you don't have it.
I gotta find it. You gotta send it to me. I'll have to play it next week for him.
It's funny as shit. It's just too funny.
Oh, it's hilarious, and it's just pure Jonathan Singleton. I just love him.
It was even during the Young and Wild tour when Singleton was opening up for Eric.
Yeah,
he had more hits on the radio than Eric did.
Yeah.
And he was the opening act.
Yeah.
So he's up there playing, and it always was funny. Like I still laugh about it because I think it happened at the party that we just had last year. Was it May or whatever? When Staples had the reunion party and Singleton played. But somebody walked up to me while Singleton was playing. They're like, "Hey, I thought this was supposed to be all originals." And I kind of just giggled. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, I thought this was all original show. I'm like, well, this is original. He goes, no. So-and-so. I'm like, no, dude, this guy wrote this song. They're like, oh, that's cool. Like, I forgot who it was, but they told me, I think it was the one he was doing Beer Never Broke My Heart or something like that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
And they're like, Luke Combs wrote this song. I'm like, there was another writer on it too.
Picture. That's a funny picture of us right there.
Aaron took that picture because I said, let's get all in it.
Well,
I took that picture.
I got to thank you, Aaron, for bringing him over because we were always huge Jonathan Singleton fans. I've got anything he's ever made, and
there was a small group that stuck with him.
Yeah, and when he came over, we started talking. I said, dude, I remember when Eric was playing somewhere. And he was doing these boots, and you guys were all up in the fucking rafters,
dangling
the boots down and letting them swing. Remember that?
That video, I think, still on YouTube somewhere. I'm going to try to find it and play some of it next week.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was
at the Dallas Bull when we saw it.
And I think Jonathan thought that was funny too, that we remembered that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he goes, that has to be 10 years ago. We're like, yeah.
Didn't they put Sam in just like a Chippendale or a Chuckendale outfit or whatever they call that thing, and have Sam running around half naked on stage or something? I thought they did something crazy.
I don't remember that.
I don't know what it was. I'm gonna try to dig up some of this stuff. I just got Sunday off, so I'm like, I'm gonna dig up some of this really good stuff for Singleton next week, and I really just want.
That'd be a great show.
Yeah,
I want to talk about the early days with him, the stuff that people really don't know, when the Grove first came around, even before he started playing with Eric.
Yeah.
So Tiffany's saying into the chat, she said it was definitely intervals for her, but definitely a really aha was when meet and greets weren't something that was guaranteed. That's true too.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
when we no longer could hang posters for meet and greets.
Yeah, interesting transition because you don't think about that. Access is when it all changes. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. When we stopped having kind of so when was that? It was probably around the Chief time when that really started happening, wasn't it?
Yeah. But you know what though? We were all fortunate enough. Remember we had that. We all got to be able to get together. The original church choir got to get together under the bridge there as you're walking back from Nissan Stadium. Remember that whole deal we had in there?
The fan club party.
The fan club party was awesome. I mean, that was good stuff. I mean, he set that aside for the group.
Yep. And you guys came up for there you are. I was gonna say you guys, or Deb, you came for this one, right? I don't know if Greg was able to make it.
No, that was your show.
That was a country.
Yeah, that was the one at my house. It was a 10-year one we did.
Yeah, the 10-year reunion. I love that.
Yeah, I didn't that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Greg had work. You had something to do that time.
Yeah, it's something. But I remember the funny thing is before, we weren't even really supposed to have this picture with him. But somebody, probably you, coerced him. And I just remember Jennifer Parker Spock said to me, "Come on, Deb, let's me and you get on each side of Eric." She goes, "We're always either in the back or you can't see us." And there we are.
Hey, you got to do it sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Just get in there and get your picture done, man.
That's right.
So yeah, that was really cool. I was gonna pull the video, but like I said, I'm kind of watching what I post right now, like video wise and stuff. After last week, I don't really want to get banned anymore or miss anybody not being able to see the show. So I was gonna pull a video of this right here, and it was really cool because we didn't know that this was gonna happen. So we had a 10-year party. Like there's probably 50 of us that came up here for this party.
Yeah.
So. And we had a 10-year party, and we did it here at the house, and
it was great, by the way.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Oh, I was gonna try to throw this picture up, but it's sideways. But we had a school bus that took us. We had a little
cookout. Me and Jennifer. In the
Greg Spencer threw a cookout for us, and we all went to Country Thunder. And then when we got up there, we found out that we were invited to do a pre-show shot with Eric. About 30 of us, I think, and everybody that's in that picture. And it was pretty cool because we were just talking about how when we kind of found Eric was kind of not or took another step was when meet and greets kind of went away. And this was something where it was a point where meet and greets went away. This was 2016, 10-year anniversary for Sinners Like Me.
So got access.
Yeah. All of a sudden, the day of the show, we were getting pulled into a meet and greet to do a shot with Eric. And we didn't get one.
Is my battery still good?
You're good. It's got a little lag in
it. And we got to do a shot, and Eric gave us a little speech before the shot. And it was really cool because he kind of gave us credit for the 10 years and for this being the core group and for all of us kicking it off. And I know Marshall was able to jump in on it, and Nick Barnes, Todd, and the whole group was there. But so I think Tony's back there somewhere.
But that poster though, Aaron, is one of the cooler. That's one of the cooler things. If you got one of those, man. That's cool. That's 10 years. We got ours up on the wall. It's just like.
And the shirt.
It's pretty special. Pretty special. Yeah. I'm just running into a little bit of a lag jag. Thanks over there.
What everybody didn't know, and I was able to bring up that time, was when Eric first released Sinners Like Me in 2006. His first show after he released Sinners was Country Thunder, because I remember driving from Mississippi to Wisconsin, listening to Sinners Like Me all the way in the car. I think Jillian was sick and tired of it by the time we reached like this in the tip of Illinois, and so it was cool. Like on the 10-year anniversary, he played Country Thunder again. So. I don't know if he planned it that way or how it went, but it was definitely a good time and just hotter than shit. Talk about hot shows, man. We're bringing everything full circle. Talking about hot shows.
There were some hot shows.
Well, that was
you can see that picture. That shirt of mine is dark gray. I think Jillian was the only smart one. We're still wearing black. Oh, yes. Sweet Caroline. Yeah, she said I'm lagging a little bit. I do apologize. We have, I think we're having some really nasty storms getting ready to come through this area. So let me check my internet.
We're supposed to some weather later too, but no, it's catching up. It's not bad.
Yeah. So, all right. Let me see. I mean, I can't believe it's already 9 o'clock. Man, I just looked. I was like, we only got a few more minutes, and we barely even covered any ground yet. We've just been talking and catching up as much as we can. But so let me see. Where's my next one? Where do I want? It's like I only got a couple more stories. I feel like I'm going through my stuff. So when we were coming up, a lot of us, we kind of briefly touched upon his brother a little bit, but Ed Smoke, I mean, that was one hell of a guitar player.
Oh gosh.
And so I know you guys were really close, especially being down in Florida and everything else with Ed. So I haven't really talked to him lately, but I mean, other than that little quick run-in we had with him in CMA Fest a couple years back, but what was the style? Do you think it's a different style now with Cease instead of Smoke? Or do you think anything's really different?
I don't think they played the guitar the same way for, just stylistically. I hated to see Ed Smoke go.
Yeah.
But we know why he did.
Yeah.
He went to take over the foundation for his brother. But,
I mean, Jeff Cease okay to me.
Yeah.
But, he'll never replace Ed Smoke in my mind, and I can't really say why. Yeah. Maybe it's just because he was the original band member.
He was the OG.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think they both had different styles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and I know I briefly talked about like Smoke would play the talk box before going into Before She Does. He would do the harmonica before, like with Two Pink Lines.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So there was different things we would have with the two, and we get differently. So I would love to see like a 20-year show, and all of a sudden Smoke just walk back out and start jamming to the just break out the harmonica for Two Pink Lines or something.
Yeah,
that would be perfect.
You know what, Aaron? It's like the Foo Fighters to me. They've had so many guitar players, and they're all freaking great. It's just like you go, okay, I'll listen to whoever's playing. So.
Let's see, you guys. If I'm so lagging, just let me know. And I can't hit refresh.
You're good with us right now.
Am I good with you guys? Okay. I still saw Sweet Caroline's comment, so I just want to make sure. So, yeah, I want to post this picture because I know this guy doesn't get much airtime sometimes. He's kind of like the man behind the scenes that does a lot of stuff for Eric and one of his former guys. But there's Eric's actual manager, John Peets, and his former fan engagement director, Nick Barnes. So, Nick was a hell of a guy.
Nick did a great job for all of us, didn't he?
Yeah.
He really did.
It was fun. I mean, Susan does a lot of job, but Susan does she does good at accommodating everybody, which she should. I mean, it should be everything, but Nick was good. He had a good heart.
Yeah, he did.
Well, the thing that I always liked about Nick is that he kind of reached out to us. I think.
Yeah.
And kind
of proactively
tried to keep it going. Find a spot.
Patty says she still calls it Ed side of the stage, regardless who's playing.
That's what he
so yeah, he definitely. I think. I mean, he really cared for the choir, and I know he went on to bigger and better things, but he definitely. I mean, dude had a heart of gold, but like Eric told him, I mean, you make sure you take care of the foundation. I mean, where it came from, and so even though. I know. I'm probably telling stories I'm not supposed to be saying and everything else, but this was when Eric played Ascend, and we were all hanging out. And I remember this because Nick pulled out Church's credit card out of his wallet and said, "All right, first drinks are rounds on the boss. Let's go." Remember that? I don't think I was supposed to say that, but I don't care. But I remember that was because they were in such a good mood that night, all of them, because Eric just opened up this beautiful new venue in downtown Nashville. And they were just all in a good mood. He goes, "All right, first round's on the boss." What bar do we go to? We tried getting into Acme, but it was closed down because it was full. Because then we found out Driver and Lizzie Hale were upstairs hanging out. Yeah. And then we went to I think it was like, I don't even know what it was. But it was this group right here. There was only us right here. And well, maybe Tony and Janet might have been with us too. Yeah. So I wasn't even in this picture. I don't know where the hell I was. I was bouncing around by this point. That was my hidden weekend. I called into work. I couldn't get the day off. Where I used to work, if there was too many people off, you couldn't get the day off. So I deactivated my Facebook and called into work and drove to Nashville.
Deactivate your Facebook.
There way nobody could tag me. Like, no one can tag me if I deactivate it.
Aaron, I want to give you a quick story here.
Oh, there we go.
So this was the one that we were all trying to figure out where the fan club party was going to be, right?
Yep.
Remember that? It was in Nashville.
Yep.
And it was like nobody, and it was going to be like announced at the 11th hour. And if you showed up, remember we're all over there. We were all standing out thinking, we think this is where it's at. We're drinking our asses off. And I just said,
Didn't we drink our asses off?
Yeah. Well, I said, I don't think we're going to get in. So
well, we hadn't got a pass to get in.
So
yeah,
I went back to the hotel room and just said, okay, I'm going to take a nap for a little bit. She shows back up at the hotel room with this, and she says,
I snuck in.
I remember that because you weren't supposed to get in somehow, and I don't know, like someone snuck you in, and
yeah,
I don't know who it was.
Snuck me in.
Oh,
and the funny part was Eric says to Eric, Eric's talking to her because it was a small trailer. It was a small thing. He says,
I said, I snuck in here, Eric.
And he goes, you snuck in
I remember
here?
you telling me that.
Carla took a picture when he was going, you snuck in here? I couldn't find it, but yeah.
There it is.
That's it.
That's a picture right there.
Good for you, Aaron.
I do my research.
Yeah, but this
Carla took that.
This is such a cool thing from that. You know.
It is. They had like a whole pallet of slats there, and he signed them all, and
yeah,
he was all up with them. It was cool. I mean, I love for him one day to go back to fan club parties, but I just he got too big too fast, and I know things, all good things. We were just talking about like the whole meet and greet thing and everything else. All good things have to come to an end at times because you have to still be able to accommodate everybody no matter what. You have to somehow make sure it's fair for everybody. The game's fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least, I mean, that's how I've always felt. I mean, you got to play by the rules and make sure everything's fair for everybody because you can't have a successful career and focus on one group of people or anything else. And I know that's always everybody says Eric favors people, but Eric does. Eric favors the people that he recognizes and sees, and he'll go out there in the crowd, or even if he doesn't see somebody he recognizes, but he sees someone who really is feeling the show, really getting into it. He goes out. He knows where he came from. A lot of times people will say that artists kind of get too big too quick. And I don't think even though Eric got rid of like the accessibility and where we don't get to have so many meet and greets and everything else, but he did it so he could be fair. And I mean, he wasn't trying to be an asshole. I don't think.
And you know what, Aaron, our take on that was always, Deb and I would sit around and we'd go, you know what, this is going to run out. We're gonna reach a point where you just don't have that. And I have to laugh because we would tell our family, we know this dude Eric Church, and like, oh, you don't know Eric Church. We're like, you have no clue.
You don't know him.
We have been so fortunate in our lifetime to meet a guy that's cool. Yeah. And just, and people say, no, you really don't know him. We're like, well, we don't.
And meeting him so early in his career that we really got to experience that.
And so many times.
So that to me, that's just the whole value of it all. It's like, I understand I'll never get to talk to him again, but I got to talk to him a bunch of times a long time ago.
Yep.
Did he see you guys at all on the Double Down tour at all? Like, does he still, like, if he notices you, does he still zone in on you guys?
We're not in the pit.
No.
We haven't been in the pit, so he didn't see us.
Yeah. No, but the one thing just from that standpoint, Aaron, about the shows is we've kind of taken a less aggressive stance. I just want to hear them. I don't need to be right in front of them.
I agree.
We've really enjoyed sitting, like when
being able to sit down,
we saw the Nashville show when we saw him sell out Nissan Stadium. Was I 10 feet in front of him? No. Did I give a shit? No. I've fucking seen him a million times. I was
all the way up in the nosebleeds. I was in the last row.
I wanted to hear him. I just wanted to hear him. Yeah.
I wanted to experience a show, and actually I wanted to people watch. I wanted to see the whole show in general, hear it, see how good it sounded in a stadium, and just enjoy it. And I mean, all the power to the guys, the group that camped out and everything else, but I'm done. I'm like, I can't do that no more. I'm like, I'm still a passionate fan. It doesn't make me change. It doesn't make me any less. It's just, I enjoyed where I was and taking the whole aspect of the show in. and seeing it all. And like I was telling somebody, like I was actually talking to somebody at work about the Gorge Amphitheater. How I went out there last June for my birthday. And I'm like, if your favorite band ever plays the Gorge, make sure you go and see them. No matter who your favorite band is, make sure you go see them at the Gorge. I'm like, but if you do, you got to get lawn seats. I'm like, you can't get pit. Like when I got lucky, Eric did back to back there. For the first night, Jillian and I got lawn. Second night, we got pit. When I was in the pit the second night, it was just like any old venue. It was just like an outdoor venue. That was it. Because I didn't see the nice, beautiful sunset and the awesome background. But the night before, when we were in the lawn, we got to take it in, see the whole show, and experience it. And it's always good. I mean, yeah, you can wait outside all day. Well, I'm going to do that again. I mean, there's going to be days where I get there at 6 a.m. and wait outside all day again. I mean, but there's times where I like being in the back and chilling and hanging out and witnessing it.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
did you ever get to go to a show at Red Rocks?
No, not yet. I want to.
It seems like every time he has one there, they sell out in like 0.4 seconds.
Yeah. I'm hoping next time he gets out and plays out there, I could actually get out there and check it out.
You know, Aaron, to that point, I'm just going to back you up for just a second here.
Yeah.
The whole thing about what we all got to have, that was cool. But you know what? What's even more fun for us is to be sitting in that stadium and watching everybody else get that.
Yeah.
That to me says, you know what? You know, he's still our boy. But man, I'm glad everybody else is getting a big chunk of this.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's really amazing. That shows
and
me.
Cool. And it's what we always wanted. We always wanted him to be a household name. I mean, and I heard a lot of people, and I mean, we could get into this more on the after show when we bring Carla and Sweet Caroline on. But I heard so many people like just always bitch that like he got so big and they don't get like all the cool stuff or all the good perks anymore, or this or that. It's like, but we wanted that.
That's
it's
what
like
we wanted.
That's what we always wanted.
We wanted it.
Yeah, you can't.
So I mean, we asked for it.
We didn't want him to stay small and accessible. We wanted him to be successful and you know, inaccessible. But
we wanted him to blow up. We wanted this. We wanted this guy to be a household name and all that fun stuff. So. And I'm glad he is, man. I'm ready for another show. It's been too damn long since I saw him in Grand Rapids and was October. So I'm fiending. Yeah. Like I said, I have an itch. I think we're gonna get it sooner than later. Like I don't know. He's too quiet right now, so something's going on. So whenever he gets quiet, it's like he gets scary when he gets quiet. It's like, what's he planning next, and where's he going with it? Where do you guys think the next album will go? Before we move on and have to sign off for the night, where do you guys think
stylistically?
Like what style? Because you had the Outsiders. He did the more rock. With the last one, Desperate Man, is a little more funk. I mean, you have the traditional like kind of country sounding like with Chief in a way. What does he do next? I mean, where's the ground he hasn't covered yet?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's a good question because you know what? I mean, I thought he covered everything in Desperate Man. I mean, there's no two songs alike on that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to see more bluesy. Like I want to see more Higher Wire, like blues feeling.
Higher
like
Wire.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you'd like to see coming out.
Yeah, I would like to see more. I really liked how I hated Higher Wire when I first heard it. Okay, hate's a strong word. I can't say hate. I just liked Higher Wire when I first heard it, and then I saw it live, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm like, all right, I can do this.
You know what?
Do you find it interesting? Like Greg and I say this all the time. Like when you first hear a new album, you know, you go through it, and you don't say, well, I don't love that. I don't love that. I don't love that. And it's like we always say that you have to listen to his songs a number of times, and then I freaking love that. It's like, you know, it's not. They don't catch you like that until you really dig deep into what he's saying and how he's saying it.
Oh yeah. You definitely really have to get into it because sometimes the lyrics don't even make sense until I really hear it. That's why I was talking about during right before I brought you guys on. I was talking about the new song he came out with on Sunday, and I've kind of watched bits and pieces here. I didn't get a chance to record it or actually get good quality audio, so that's why I haven't really dug into the whole song yet. But like I love when like a new album comes out. Like I know Greg, you were talking about like how like it takes you a little bit to listen to it. I love just jumping into it and listening to it to the first track to the last track. And I waited, and I actually was able to do that with Desperate Man. I didn't like I would listen to parts, a little bit of the videos here and there, and like Hippie Radio, he did an acoustic version of it, like a little bit. But I'm like, I won't wait till I actually get the whole album in my hand and just dig into it from track one to the track end. Like Carla and I started a tradition, and we would just get in the car and just take a drive. And we would just drive as far as we can until the album stopped playing, and then turn around and drive all the way back. And I still do that to this day. I mean, now I'll throw Jillian in the car and let's go. Let's go for a ride or whatever. Because I just want to take it all in and listen to it as because we were talking. Eric makes an album, and I just feel like if I dig in, like I dug into the Outsider song at first. I'm like, okay, this is cool, but I'm like, I wanted to hear the whole album together. So like I kind of spoiled myself with Outsiders. I waited like midnight or whatever when he released it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but all those albums. Sometimes you'll listen to the album and you'll go, these songs are non sequiturs with one another.
Yeah.
But you're going, every one of them is
good in its own way.
Yep.
But it's just not like the last song. And you know what? I think the thing that proves to me, and hopefully to everybody else, is that Eric's not. He doesn't operate off a formula.
Yeah.
The dude just it starts here.
Yeah.
It comes out of his heart, and he creates. And I can't even say his albums are themed because they're that different all the time.
Yeah, I don't think
they're really different all the time.
They are. And that's what I love. I mean, I know Carolina was kind of similar a little bit. Like,
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Sinners, Carolina, Chief kind of had the same structure a little bit in a way. But then after that, he just like kind of like all bets are off. Oh, we're just going to try a little rock, a little funk, a little blues, a little this. So, but I mean, I would love just an acoustic album too. I mean, I think he would be amazing. A singer-songwriter acoustic album. So just something just that he produces all by himself. So, I mean, even though Teddy Joyce is a brilliant, but
the one thing that I was talking to Lori about when we were at the deal in Nashville this last time, when Jonathan was there, and we were just talking about Eric's voice.
Yeah.
And we were just, she was just saying to me, I said, man, he's just become such a good vocalist.
Yeah, and he never used to be. I mean, he always would talk about how Chris Christopherson never was a good singer. And I don't think Church was a good singer back in the day. Even now, when he tries to do these covers, I laugh my ass off. Because what are you doing, dude? Like when he did Eminem in Detroit, I'm like, what the hell are you trying? Like, I mean, if he would have took time and practiced that song, I think he could have nailed it. He had an amazing like groove down for that Eminem song, but I still don't think he's the best singer in the world. But he hasn't.
He's evolved. He's evolved so much as a singer, and I think the other thing about him that we appreciated about 61 Days in Church is that there was so much acoustic stuff that he opened up with.
Yeah,
and you really, the dude's a great guitar player too, which you didn't see that early on.
Yeah,
you didn't.
Oh no, not at all.
Not at all.
He shied away from the guitar a lot and did acoustic too.
Yeah.
So
it's all been. I mean, it's just fun to just watch him just
evolve,
freaking roll forward, and just do all these great things. And you know what? You said it at the beginning of the show when you said, he just wants to go home to his family.
Yeah.
He's like, we got this. We're good.
All he cares about is being on the road for his fans. And if he never gets played on radio again, he doesn't care.
He didn't give a shit.
No.
I mean, he's going to have another number one in another week or two with Luke Combs soon. So now the music video is coming out. I mean, that song's going to go to number one real quick if it's not already there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was going to be the next one, but
yeah,
we'll see where the next album goes.
That one.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, before we go ahead and we kick off and get into our nice little fun after show and whatnot, I got a little game I'm going to play. So I want both you guys both going to answer them. I normally do 60 seconds, but we're just going to go ahead and see where it goes. So if you guys had to pick a crossroads, Deb, you pick one artist, and Greg, you pick the other artist. Who are you going to pair together? It could be EC, it could be whoever you want. If you guys had to pick your dream Crossroads, who would you pair? What two artists? Like a CMT Crossroads episode.
From different genres.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do this quick.
Well,
All right, that's all right. That's all right. I threw the music out like 5 episodes ago.
Yeah, you know what? No, I can say that I actually saw one that I really liked.
Okay.
I like Jonathan Mayer.
Okay.
And he did one with Keith Urban. I thought that was cool as shit.
All right.
It was a good show. Yeah.
All right. Well, Deb, what about you? What if you had one? Who would you pick? What two artists?
Maybe.
That's our dog Chief.
That's our dog Chief.
What's up, Chief?
That's the Chief.
Who's that guy we always listen to?
Okay, second question.
All right, next one. Your dream venue to see church that you have not seen them at yet, which we probably talked about before, but you can go ahead and say it again.
Probably. Well, we saw him once already at the what's the one the amphitheater? Amphitheater where you can see through the back,
which is cool.
Yeah, Ascend. Yeah,
we saw that show. I guess the better venue would be on my back fucking porch.
That'd be a good one too. I mean, I could pick the stage right here. That'd be a cool little spot.
There you go.
This one right here. All right, the next one. Where would you pick for the ultimate choir reunion? If you could pick like one city, state, like exotic location, wherever, where would you want to take the entire choir and just party your ass off?
Your house.
I heard Jillian upstairs yelling no right now. No.
Well, we did have a great time.
Yeah, that was fun.
You know what I would say, Aaron, is that we would do something outside, kind of in the woods.
Okay.
Just a chill place. You know,
That would be fun.
That'd be fun. Just
how cool it'd be to have church around a bonfire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But we could have it right here.
Yeah, right?
We got all that. Don't
You
we?
can come here.
You come here, yeah.
You'd be
What about you, Deb? What would you want to take the choir and have like a cool little kick-ass reunion? You'd be able to pick a spot.
We got that covered. Chief,
See, I always thought a church cruise would be fun. Like, I think it'd be fun to just put all of us on a boat. Even though we'd probably sink the boat by like day 4, but either that we'd run out of alcohol. We'd all be jumping overboard.
Yeah. Well, especially right now, I don't want to go on cruise.
Oh, hell no, not right now. For like probably the next 6 years. Build new boats, just get rid of the other ones. That's crazy. Yeah, there's no way, especially with what's going on right now and how they can't get these people off the boats. Yeah, no way. All right, so if you guys both had to pick one song for Church to cover that he's never had it covered before, what song would that be?
Oh God.
He's not covered before.
Not covered before.
Yep.
Wow, that's a tough one.
Has he covered Sunday Morning Coming Down?
Yeah.
He used to do that with Sinners Like Me.
Yeah.
I love that.
And that was good.
You know what? Here's one for you.
Okay.
What is it? Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters by Elton John.
Oh, and Elton, I don't think is he. Well, he's done Rocket Man, and
he's done Rocket Man, but that would be a good song for.
That would be good.
That would be a good song because he knows how to get the timing down.
Yeah.
To keep it all close and tight. Yeah.
Yep.
So that would be a good one.
So what were you almost was? What was your job before the job you have now? Like, what job did you almost have, and you kind of glad you didn't have it?
All of them.
well, I would add the caveat in here is that we're both retired, so we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right. So, what was your job when you guys were teenagers? What was your first job? We'll do that. What was your first job?
I worked at Carowinds in North Carolina, which is a theme park.
Isn't it like right on the border, like North Carolina, South Carolina? Isn't there a roller coaster that went in and out?
Yeah, and I was a worker on the log flume.
Oh, so, nice! Yeah,
it's cool. So now I was helping people get in and out of the log flume and all that shit.
That's cool.
I made $1.85 an hour.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Greg, what was your first gig?
I worked at Orange Julius.
Okay, in a mall.
Yeah, in a mall.
Nice.
I burned most of the food, and when I did it, I put it in the steamer and ate it later.
You're doing it on purpose.
No doubt. I had to be fed. Yeah.
What's one item on your bucket list?
Oh wow, these are good questions.
I would say mine is to just continue to be happy with my wife.
Aw.
And I'm serious. I'm not both.
Yeah.
We're both retired now. This is, we're just like.
You're loving life.
We're good. We're good.
You're loving life right now.
I'll agree with that one.
All right, well, here we go. Cease or smoke. If you had to pick one to be with church with the band, who are you picking?
We're going smoke, bro. We're going smoke.
All right.
Smoke.
I had to throw that one in there. What's one liquor you can never drink again?
Gin.
I don't like gin either. I mean, I never puked on it, but I don't like it.
Mine's Red Stag. Red Stag by Jim Beam. I can't do it. Thanks to Jillian. She made sure I could never do that again.
I'll tell you what. When you reach the tipping point on it, then you ask yourself, "Why did I do that?"
Yep. Oh, I agree. I was asking myself that a lot. That's why I'm 98 days in.
That's good.
So, all right, the last one. If you had to pick one song, could be church, could be anything, and it would be kind of like the story of your life. What song would you be picking?
I'd be picking "Living Part of Life."
Okay, that's a good one.
I love that song.
Greg's like, damn it.
I love that. That's my favorite song off Sinners Like Me.
You know what? I'm gonna something. It's just in my head right now because Joe Diffie died. But
yeah,
Jason Aldean's 1994. I've been sitting around listening to that song, doing that rock and roll.
Song.
You're just like going 1994. It's such a great tune.
And you know that song's gonna be coming back around too now with Luke.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That was a shock. I mean, especially with tonight with bad news with John Prime, but man, shock. So, all right, let's see. I think that was all I had for you guys tonight, man. It's like we're like 15 minutes over, but I was like, whatever, I'm having a good time. So, but we're gonna bring you guys back on in like 15 minutes too. So,
I just want to make sure we pass the audition.
Oh, you always. I mean, Simon might boot us all three of us off by now and call us all fucking idiots, but I don't know. So, but man, it's been a great 14 years. Yeah, it's 14 years now. So it's been cool. And that we still have the same group running around and still talking. I know we've all grown apart because we've all grown older and we've all got lives now. I mean, that was back in the day when I didn't have children and Jillian and I could go to 15 shows a year. Dude, look at that. So that was Marshall's handiwork, huh?
Yeah. And he signed it on the end.
Marshall signed it. But that, you know where I got that, Aaron? I got
that
at the varsity that year.
Yeah.
Aaron had made that. I mean, Marshall had made that, and it's signed by Ed Smoke and everybody like that. I paid $50 to Marshall for it.
Deb's original 2007 church choir thing.
That's cool.
You know what? Aaron, the only thing I'd like to say to you is that if I could take you on a tour of the house, this is our bar down here.
Yeah.
We have so many Eric Church things, just like you do.
Not as many as you do, Aaron.
But we're pretty proud of our EC shit.
It was cool because we never threw anything away. We always saved everything. I mean,
we saved everything.
Like I'll go through my tote that I still have of all my old Eric church stuff, and they're just little knickknacks. And now you think about it, like what's stuff that's cool. Like it's stuff that like, oh, I'm kind of glad I saved that, or like a $1 bill with his or $100 bill with his face on it, or some crazy little design that we made.
My kind of money.
My kind of money. We all got
My kind of money.
Yeah, we all got the money. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap up the show. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I will send you guys the new link here in about 10-15 minutes, and I'll send you guys a message and let you know what's going on. Once I get the after show all prepped up and ready to go. So, but thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, and we'll talk again soon. Okay.
It's our pleasure.
Thanks, Aaron.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on tonight.
All right. Bye-bye.
Guys, that was a fun show. I mean, we're 15 minutes over, but I knew it was going to happen. And just because, man, those guys are phenomenal. Two of my favorite people in the church choir, hands down. Be mad at me, I don't care. I said that, but they are two of my favorite people ever. So many memories, so many cool stories, and I'm sure we missed so many. And Sweet Caroline's gonna be like, I'm gonna tell you this and this and this because y'all were doing some crazy stuff now. So we're gonna have a little chat here, probably about 9:45 to 10:15. I'm thinking it's gonna happen. So we're gonna give it about 15 minutes after the show wraps up here tonight. And if you still want to join in, you could get in. I'll post the link once again in the chat. You could just go ahead, click the Patreon, and I'll make sure the minute I get the email, I'll add you guys to the private chat. It's if you guys do want to get in on it, and you make sure you go ahead and click on Patreon, join Patreon, you'll see the link on our Gaining Fast on Memphis page for the link for the private Facebook group. That's the Patreon only group. That's where we go live with the after show every Tuesday night. So we put it live there, and then it'll be on Patreon later on. You can always watch it later, and it's archived. So I just shared the link in the chat. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for joining me tonight. We had a great night. I can't wait. It's like tonight's gonna be original choir takeover, like on the after show. We're just gonna, like I said, sit around and just share stories for half an hour. We're all been bored, locked in the house, and some of us haven't been able to work. So we're gonna go out and have a good time. So before I log off, before I play the exit music, I'm going to play a quick little video. We'll go out. You guys probably already seen it on the page, but I do want to play it one more time. But I'm very excited for next Tuesday night. So I was going to save it for a little later on in the show's history, but I really wanted to go ahead and bring this guy on and have a talk with him. I've known the guy for a while, even before he was writing songs. We were just talking about it. So please tune in next week if you can. Mr. Jonathan Singleton's going to be coming on. And once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with me. And see you next week.
The Gainin' Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver is brought to you by Arlo Revolution. As we close the book on another chapter, remember, music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Next week, Aaron connects more melodies and memories with other fans and the artists they love. Thanks for being a part of this musical journey, and we'll see you next time on the Gainin' Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver.
Just turn that TV on. If it were my dream, I'd be the sparkle in your eye. I'd comfort you at night. If it were my dream, living every kiss. You ain't leaving me like this. It just ain't right. I'm just